President John Mahama launched the Free School Sandals program. That's what it's called, with a presentation of 10,000 pairs of made-in-Ghana sandals to the Ghana Education Service for free distribution to schools in deprived communities, and indeed I've selected deprived communities. And well, your official luncheon took place at Adafo in the Greater Accra region, and these sandals are targeted at children in deprived schools. Very soon you'll see the pictures there, but as you will comment on them, a very good initiative by the President. I'm sure that the visuals will be rolling as you talk. Sandals free. I remember when I was a kid, our Chimoto sandals had gained roots already before I was born.
I wore some, and if you were not privileged, you wouldn't get some.
Yeah, I couldn't. I couldn't afford. My parents couldn't afford.
Unless you were lucky in a certain way.
I wore some too.
So I'm jealous now when I see them getting the sandals.
But the tights have 10.
Yeah.
People don't have.
Yeah, people don't have. They were also free. And so this free thing is not today. And so I think this reminds me, in fact, anything free, people like it, especially in the rural deprived communities. That is a big deal. So it's a continuation of what is an inheritance. So it's not new. And my only worry is over 50 years after independence, parents can no longer take care of their children and buy this and all that. They should be at the level of a district chief executive doing these things, or an assemblyman doing these things. They need to be produced, sent to the district. The assemblymen and the DCs will do that, and the president should deal with major
You think he shouldn't have been wasting his time going there?
He's not wasting time. He should only say, pass it to the minister and let the assemblies handle these matters. When I had my Achimota sandal, it was just even the teacher. The teacher had to go and collect them, bring them to school, lined us, and gave them to us. The head teacher wasn't there.
I hope you're not saying there's a president who will go to a rural district and go and share.
So
this one is just a symbolic event, I guess.
Oh, it's symbolic. Then he should have been.
I guess all the presidents.
Then he should have allowed the minister to go and do that. No. But what is important is to turn the economy such that parents can buy these sandals for their children. Parents can school feed their children. Parents can have electric power to work and make money. Hospitals can have electric power to save deaths. Okay? And that is what he should sit back thinking and doing, and let the sub-ministers be handling these kind of things. Because if the minister comes to say the president has approved this, it's the same as he coming to do. So that is what a president should be doing. These inherited things, which have been done before, is good. Gifts are fine. But how long is it going to be? Why now? And issuing computers, school uniform, to how many children? Okay? So if you're doing it, do it for all of us at the same time. Then we know. And so now, if you know free things are good, then the president needs to apologize to Nana Akufo-Addo. When he blamed him for saying things free, Nana says he's going to build hostel for northern chaps who are Kayeye. He says it's a cheap thing, is everything free. It's not possible. Okay, so that same president comes to stand on the podium and blowing his trumpet that I'm giving free sandals, I'm giving free uniform, I'm giving free computers to 10,000 children out of 300 and something thousand children. Then you don't apologize to Nana Akufo-Addo after blaming him that everything free is not possible, and blaming him for trying to build hostel for our northern chaps who are in Agboguloshi and whatnot here. Okay? So that alone deserves an apology. And this government should always apologize before embarking on any policy that it criticized. Okay? So that is, for me, that is a point I have for you.
No apology at all. Why should the president apologize to Nana Akufo-Addo?
Well,
why? This is an intervention. Listen, this is an intervention.
There was a criticism.
What criticism?
That you can't.
You cannot put children outside when there are no buildings for them. And the president says, before free education is granted, you need to accommodate students. If you go to our certain schools now, most of them are lying outside Where do you want to put them when you say free education? And that is why we came up, NDC came up with commercials to show that there were not enough spaces at the secondary schools for kids to stay. You do it a gradual. The president wants to do this in a gradual mode. And that is why he commissioned over 200 community-based schools to be built. And about 50 of them are ready. They are in various stages of completion, and they're getting ready. And that in the next few months, we'll have about 123 ready to take off. And that is when he will roll in the first batch of free education.
We've heard that
so
one.
when you are doing something...
Sandals. Speak on sandals.
Yes, when you are doing something, you need to do it in a very systematic manner. You don't rush like for political gains. You just say free, Free, what do you call it? Free education. No, we don't do that. What we are trying to do, what the president has done is, this is an intervention. An intervention because we are trying as a country with other countries to achieve what they call the Millennium Development Goals. And that is one of the basic things we need to do to achieve it, if Honorable is not aware of that. And that is why we are coming in with interventions such as free school sandals, because in trying to give these kids uniform, we realized that the students, some of them did not have sandals. So why would you give somebody a uniform realizing that the person has no sandals? So the president felt...
So that was the rationale for that?
That was the rationale for the president coming in
for selected children in the private schools. For selected children
in the private schools. And what he's saying that parents, of course, even if you go to the States, there are still some very poor kids going to school without so many of the basic things that are needed in American schools.
In the United States of
America? Yes, in the
sure
United States.
About
yes, let me tell you. Let me tell you, there are some... The world, God is good everywhere. And God says we are all equal. If we are all not equal, we are all not equal everywhere. But no one is better. You might think that there are people in America sitting under the highways who have been in the military before and homeless, sitting down there without houses in America, under the highways. And anybody can challenge me to this. And I'll take the person into Houston and show the person that these are all people who were in the military, U.S. Army. So they're all homeless today.
Your point of argument
my point of argument is that he shouldn't say that just because we are giving school uniform, parents should be parents, it means the economy. It means parents cannot afford to do that.
Well,
no,
if the economy,
it is everywhere. Okay, there are haves and have-nots. And as a president, he has found the need to complement Sanders with the free school uniform that he promised.
All right.
Just because when he went to do that, he found out that they did not have Sanders. Is that a problem?
It's okay. Don't overkill
Does that need?
Don't overkill.
Okay.
You're overkilling it. It's okay.